I've never really understood this craze for so much twerking for just no reason at all. I can understand where it could be implemented into like maybe a dance move, but for like in like a dance routine or something like that. But when you see folks just up and just twerk for no damn reason, I can never understand that. That is not sexy to me. That is not enticing to me. Maybe because I'm older. I don't know. Maybe I lost it. You know what I'm saying? But this is more like say when you just throw it out there and doing that. It's like it lose its I guess it loses luster, its meaning, whatever. But anyway, there's a story here, and brother Isaiah down in Houston, man. Shout out to him, man. I like the way he covers stories because he gets in depth, and then he'll interview people like average everyday people, and then he'll interview some professionals too, and get their takes on it. So we're gonna give our take on it, as just average everyday people. But a couple of sad stories, like where two women they lost their lives twerking for whatever the hell reason, and then another one about them twerking in a store. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Brother Isaiah, let's hit it.
Thank you and welcome to The Factor Uncensored for joining us tonight. First up, two death investigations underway. The first in Atlanta. According to USAcrime.com, a woman named Maya died during a night out with friends. Now, officials report it is not available just yet, but the website says the victim was twerking in front of a vehicle her friends were inside of. Someone behind the vehicle or the wheel then drove over her, killing her, dragging her body under the vehicle, and leaving her body behind in the middle of the road.
Did he say her friends? I recently did a story, I think it was out of Fort Worth up here. And this young lady was found on like side of a road. She went out with some older people that was supposedly her friends. And for some reason, they beat her, robbed her, and threw her out of the car and took off. I hate when they call these people your friends. Just people that why don't you just say people that she knew were some unsavory mutts, as Willie D would say, who did this to her. Now, why was she twerking in front of a car? I'm going to assume that they might have got into it. They might have put her out that car for whatever reason. You see what I'm saying? Just like the story I just said about the one in Fort Worth. They might have put her out in her dumb tail. And, I don't want to hate to say that about the dead, but her dumb tail, her silly behind, guess she thought she was doing something smart and jumped in front of the car and started twerking and they just hit her? Huh.
And in Missouri, another case, an 18-year-old named Nyla Simmons also killed. Investigators say Simmons was dancing on top of an SUV when she fell off of the vehicle, followed by a fire truck running over her and killing her just seconds later. People have
Got hit by a fire truck. Man, you can't make this stuff up.
been talking about both of those reports on social media, along with this video. It was reportedly filmed in a Lululemon store, featuring alleged strippers shaking and twerking in the store. This has been heavily criticized. Lululemon's CEO has previously said the brand isn't for certain customers, which many have assumed that was code for excluding Black people.
And I'm gonna tell you like this. This crap here, I wouldn't I wouldn't recant that statement at all. These are all strippers. Now, they said, you remember that the lie that came out years ago about what was it? Hilfiger, Tommy Hilfiger. And somehow when it got to the streets, they said that he didn't sell clothes for black people, something like that. See, I can't tell you the exact fake quote. And so it made a lot of black folks mad. And they came out and wanted to boycott Tommy Hilfiger and all that kind of stuff because he said he wasn't selling for black people. When in fact, when you go back and look at the interview, that's why it's good for us to read sometimes. He said that he didn't, in so many words, like I said, I can't really quote it again. That's either, but I remember the way it was said. He said it was like he didn't expect his clothes to be, you know, I guess wasn't really like being bought by a lot of the hip hop community. That's what it was. He wasn't really geared toward the hip hop community. Because they asked him, you know what I'm saying, was he like surprised that the hip hop community, embraced his clothes so much? And he was like, I really, what I'm saying, I didn't, what I'm saying, my clothes wasn't really geared toward them. And it wasn't. His clothes were for like what you call like fishermen. Like damn, what's the name of the shoes I got? I can't even think of what it is, but it's like Nautica type clothing, like for people who got yachts, rich folk, rich white people, basically. That was the demographic of people that he was selling it to. For folks that got a lot of money, got yachts, and so you buy these, you buy these the polo, like polo was for people who rich people who kids who like might play polo on horses, hitting a stick and hitting the ball with a stick. That's who the clothes are initially geared toward. But then you had hip hop people like Tupac, Aaliyah, whoever else, Snoop Dogg. All these people were buying Tommy Hilfiger back in the day. So he was like, man, okay. It wasn't like he was saying, I don't want y'all in words to buy my clothes. He was just saying that he just didn't think that's who would buy his clothes, but he embraced it. But by the time it got to the streets, he said he wasn't trying to sell to N words. Like seriously. So Lululemon said they weren't. What did he say? Let me go back. I don't want to misquote it.
Alleged
I
strippers
mean, look at this.
shaking
Look at this. BBL's like a sun gun. Yeah, yeah. Your butt don't even look right when you picked it up.
reportedly filmed in a Lululemon store, featuring alleged strippers shaking and twerking in the store. This has been heavily criticized. Lululemon's CEO has previously said the brand isn't for certain customers, which many
And
have assumed that was code for excluding black
let me tell you
people.
what I think it's code for. It's code for excluding fat people. Let's just be honest. Setting Lululemon, and I showed the website on a different video because like three of the stores have been robbed. When you see them people robbing that Lululemon store, none of them look like these people, like these ladies here. They're not this big, not this thick. They're like skinny, slim folk running in and out the store, looking like people that's athletic. 75% of the people in this country are either overweight or obese. You understand what I'm saying? So when Lululemon say, and I showed y'all the website, it's athletic wear, like athletic wear for slim folk. I cannot wear slim fitting clothes. I can't get mad at the people who make slim fitting clothes and say, why are you not making clothes for somebody of my size and stature? That's discrimination. No, just like you have, what's that called? What's them, like you got the big X, the big and tall store. People, that's for people who are like 2X and over, 3X and over, stuff like that. People who are petite and wear a size zero can't go into that store and say, hey, file a discrimination lawsuit because y'all not selling clothes to little people like me. You can't please everybody, but that's where it starts. People get their feelings hurt and they want to get upset because somebody said, well, our clothes were not for a certain demographic of people. They say it like that because for legal purposes. And when you have some form of education, you understand and you look at how the world works, you'll understand that for legal purposes, you can't say my clothes are not suited, our clothes are not made for fat people with big bellies, with bellies bigger than mine. It's not going, these clothes were not made for you. These were made for athletic people to look good in, not for people with overhung bellies to wear our midriff shirts. That's not how that works. But people who, I mean, this just take, I mean, hell, you're strippers. So anyway, that's a whole nother story. People who just, how can I say it? I don't have a lawyer here with a piece of paper, so I can't really. So the hell with it. People who might just don't have a high IQ who vote Democrat just because their grandma voted Democrat or their mama told them to vote a certain way. Not saying all people that vote Democrat. But I'm just telling you, like from my people, I know a lot of people do things just because their parents or their grandparents told them to do it, not really going in and saying, "Hey, this is why I'm voting this way." And it could be on the same side as Republican too. What I'm just saying is people who just do things because somebody else told them, they'll listen to what some fool next to them said and they run with it and thinking they doing something smart. Woman, I'm looking at this picture, you got back fat. Now I ain't got nothing. Now look at her. I'm gonna tell you like this here. I ain't got no problem, truthfully, with the way these ladies look. Personally, I do not. You know what I'm saying? The woman with a little meat on the bones is no problem with your brother. But what I'm saying is Lululemon is not the clothes I saw on their website. Brother like me can't wear them, at least not right now. Maybe I can get into them, who knows, in the future. But right now, brother can't wear Lululemon. So you know what I'm going to do if they say we're not selling to a certain demographic. I'm like, peace. I'm going over there to the big and tall store or the XL store. But anyway, let's continue.
Do some people struggle with a craving for public attention to the
And the
point it
person that's
puts
recording is skinny as hell. A person that Lululemon is selling for. Y'all see that? Hold on. Where does heifer go? Y'all might think I'm just looking at the twerking, but no, that's not it. No, I'm not.
struggle with a
Look at
craving
that.
for
Itty bitty woman is sitting here recording and laughing at y'all, looking at y'all fools.
public attention to the point it puts their lives
Yep.
at risk or even their digital footprint at risk and, of course, in some cases, self-respect. Joining us to talk about it, therapist Dr. Nick Hardy
Okay.
and
No,
Factor
no, no.
social media producer Ajibola Budaran. Glad to have you here on the Factor Uncensored. First of all, Aji, what have you been able to find out about these two deaths, both very tragic, both young women dancing on vehicles and, of course, met a tragic end?
Yeah. Well, I think for both of these stories, they kind of are looked at a slightly different. So I know in the first story, the family member and the friends of the young lady, they were talking about her being concerned about who she was out with and like her
Mhm.
friends, because in that case, we don't know if they did it on purpose or on accident. But you have a case where somebody behind the wheel who's supposed to be her friend, and maybe they're having fun shooting videos outside dancing, and all of a sudden you have a young lady who's deceased. So I think in that sense that's a tragedy that definitely could have been avoided. We don't know. The family doesn't even know what case the friends played in it.
Mhm.
In terms of the other one, that was just something where we talk about. A lot of people are saying like you're doing these things for attention and you do things on the internet for attention, but it can lead to you losing your life. So you have a young lady who's on top of a car dancing and they're stopped at a light, and when they take off, she falls and there's a fire truck coming behind. So I think a lot of people are saying these two things as avoidable tragedies they didn't have to happen.
Now, when we take a look at both of these instances, do we think the intent was to videotape, film these incidents, not the tragic part, but to put on social media?
I mean, more often than not,
Now, this video here that y'all see, this is like a parking lot camera. Damn, they got cameras in all parking. This is a parking lot camera. This is not like someone behind the wheel recording. So I'm sure there is more to this video that I would like to see, like what happened, why she ended up outside the car in the first place. And then
I would say yes, because there's no, you can say, "Oh, I'm doing this for fun," but when you're talking about being on top of a car or
and
twerking and
then getting ran over. Is that a parking lot? Or is that a street?
dancing and kind of being in public spaces like that, 9 times out of 10, people are videotaping
Oh,
it. We've
damn, that's a
seen
street because you saw another car sitting over there.
those videos on social media already where people
That
are
is crazy. That is crazy. That is actually on the street, and she's twerking on the street, and the car ran her over and just kept going. Now I wonder if they panic. Well, there's some young people.
doing dangerous things, and it's like a thrill. And when other people see it, they're going to respond to it and like it and be like, "Oh, I might try it too." So I think that in this case is one of those things where you have young ladies or just people in general seeing things on the internet and wanting to emulate it and
Mhm.
recreate it because they're seeing other people get positive responses
Let
from
me
it.
tell you what I think happened on that one with the fire truck. Girl got okay, so they just left a what do you call it, like a prom send off party? I think that's what it was. And let's say it's on the street and they, having fun, dancing, whatever, just having a good time. Fire truck comes, or they see a fire truck down the street or whatever. They're gonna try to probably let's jump on top of the car. Let's jump on top of I'm gonna jump on top of the car. I'm gonna twerk in front of the fire truck. Because there are videos that are out there where there are women who are in the middle of the street in front of police twerking. Twerking. I mean, seriously, like in the middle of the street, just twerking. And before they get arrested, like they're about to get arrested, they twerking. Or somebody's pulled over, they jump out the car, they start twerking. Like I said, I don't understand why that. Like, why you gotta be seen and make a fool out of yourself in front of law enforcement for sure. But I'm just gonna assume that she got on top of the car to twerk. Fire truck come, they're gonna twerk up until the fire truck get close. Fire truck might have blew the horn, flying, and so the girl in the SUV, or whoever driving the SUV, took off. Girl on top of the sun gun fell off. You know what I'm saying? They probably took off and moved to the side out the way. And like I said, the girl probably just fell off fell off the doggone me car, and the fire truck hit her. And this was like late at night, so the fire truck probably didn't even see her. You know what I'm saying? But it's a tragic story nonetheless, man. And I've seen videos where, like in Dallas up here, they have people that stopped traffic, jumping out of cars in the middle of 75 and at night and twerking. I don't get it.
As a digital producer here at Fox, are you ever surprised at what you see people posting online?
I wish I could say yes. I'm never surprised anymore because honestly, every single day is something different. Whether it be a fight or somebody doing anything, I think the internet has kind of become a place where everything can be considered content. Whether it's dangerous, whether it's safe, whether it's anything. So I think nowadays people see everything as content.
All right, Dr. Nick Hardy, your thoughts about this? Young people videotaping themselves in sometimes dangerous, even deadly situations, all to get on social media.
Yeah, I think, well, one, I think attention is a drug. And I think to get attention, you almost have to do more and more outlandish things. And I think,
Mhm.
unfortunately,
Pushing that envelope.
pushing the envelope, and because it's addictive, one, you get the likes, you get the shares, you get the comments, you get, new followers. All of this
Monetized.
is, releases
People
some
do
type.
something strange for a piece of change, man. They get monetized. They like they like the attention, but shoot, you can also get like a little baby check too by doing something silly like this, man. Shoot, and you can't stop these folk, man.
Of endorphin at certain times. And so I think the behavior escalates and no one thinks that it's going to end tragically.
Right.
And I think that's the thing because we make so many decisions a day and 99.5, times it doesn't lead to this. But I do think we make these decisions on an ongoing basis and we do put ourselves at risk of being in these unfortunate situations.
And Najee, before we get to run out of time, let's talk about the Lululemon situation where the individuals videotape themselves in that store. Your thoughts about that, and what are people saying
Yeah,
about
I
it?
mean that is a very layered situation. I think something that I've been thinking about with all of these is I think that these online trends sometimes people forget that they exist outside of context and they exist outside of like what we deem as
And they probably ain't bought a damn thing out that store because you gonna look at this because see now they wearing like they leggings and stuff like that, but
moral in public because we talk about Lululemon as a brand. They've been enamored in a bunch of controversy over the last few years, whether it be racism, ableism in terms of like body types that they want in their outfits.
that's exactly what they were saying. Body types, but for somehow our people said, oh, they just don't want black people in there. Oh, if we would all go exercise, eat right, lose weight, and get back into the shape that our ancestors were in before, the majority of ancestors were in before, you probably wouldn't be upset with Lululemon. You probably go into Lululemon and buy some stuff, or you just wait till somebody boosts the stuff and then you buy it online, like all these other dummies.
And I think because of a trend of a song that's talking about Lululemon, a lot of black young people, women and men, are promoting the brand through social media videos and things like that. So I think it's one of those things where people don't always know the context of things. So those young ladies, they might not know that Lululemon has been wrapped up in racist claims and other things like that. They're just trying to have fun and dance, but there's context that goes beyond
And
that.
in the last 10 seconds, should they have a responsibility of knowing before they give a company like that publicity?
Well, I mean, one, I think this is a place of business. And so I think at a baseline, I just think it's inappropriate, whether it's Lululemon or any other establishment. I mean, people are in there shopping and you can just see, I mean, this isn't something that I would want to see if I walking in there with my kids.
Right.
And so I don't think them knowing that or not knowing that should have any effect on it. I think they just shouldn't
Shouldn't
be
do it.
in
Bottom line.
public.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's all. It's just disrespectful. There's no class to it, regardless. I mean, if you want to actually do something to try to, I don't know, make a point to a business, you don't go in there and do that. I mean, because what you're going to do is you're going to bring more attention to them, right? People going to say, "Hey, Lululemon, we saw all these out, you know, what I'm saying, all these big black women up here disrespecting your store. Hey, we're going to come in there and we're going to patronize it more." Lululemon don't care if a dozen strippers don't shop in there. Matter of fact, if a dozen strippers go in there and buy them out the store, they be happy about that too. So your thing is, if you feel there's a message, something being portrayed to where they discriminate against you, like a legitimate discrimination, not like big rapper who can't get into a small sedan because and the guy's telling her she can't get in there, and because she's too big for his car, you need to order like an XL truck, and you get upset. No, that's that kind of stuff. No, let's just come on, y'all. Come on, come on. I think the problem with the world is people want everybody to accept their behaviors, their life choices, and if they don't, they want to get upset about it. They want to take it out on a person who have different standards. Again, if Lululemon is targeting athletically built people, like slim people, let's just say people who just, women who don't have big boobs and big hips and big thighs and big butts, and their clothes are not made for that, you can't get mad at them. But then, and you turn around and go back in history, Nelly would have some jeans called apple bottom jeans that were cut and fit for women who had that shape, and you had people got mad at that. Now you got clothes that are made for people who are not, let's say they got like sagging square butt backs, and now they got clothes that are made to, you know, lift the butts up or slim the stomach out. You know what I'm saying? But for men, like slim the stomach out, push the man boobs in. Or for women can uplift, make them bring the boobs up and out. You know what I'm saying? Put the girls on display, as they would say. But every clothing manufacturer doesn't have to make every type of clothing. That's the point of here. And back to the twerking, the young ladies, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I hate for them to lose their lives. And again, like the guy said, no one intends to go out here and twerk and die. That's not the intention. But a lot of them doing for attention. Whatever you do, a lot of people do for attention. Attention is a hell of a drug. You've seen videos of stories where you got these folks, these vloggers, go on these trips and they go hiking and they go on the edge of these mountains and these hills and these cliffs. And they get to the very edge of a cliff to try to take a picture. Man, I just thinking about it make my hands sweat right now. But I could not get that damn close to an edge of anything ever. And they get to the edge of these cliffs and they fall and die. Like I said, no one intends to die, but you just got to make better and smarter decisions. When you're young, I know that's hard to do, but you know, Man, we just got to do better, man. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Have intelligent conversation. You know how we do it around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple minutes out your day, but it means the world to us at our channel here. If you like to support us financially, you can get a super thanks, super chat, super stickers, or you can go to the description box. There are a couple of links there you can click on and help support the channel that way. Now, if you would like something tangible for your dollars, which a lot of people do, you can always hit our store, marlonmorality.com, which is also, watermarked in every video. You hit our Shopify store, or you can just simply click the shop button and check out all our products. We got fragrances that last all day. We have 100% pure silk products. We got beard products, handbags, and much more. Check it out. You'll not be disappointed. With that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.